Okay, this is my plug for standard operating procedures in special education. For those of you that don't know, standard operating procedures are procedures that guide folks, in this case special education teachers, through complex processes that need to be sort of repeated over and over and over again. Now, special education is a little bit different than most areas where they use special standard operating procedures, primarily because some of these standard operating procedures are ones that you may not use regularly, because these things don't there's a lot of things that can happen in special education, but that you may not experience for a good amount of time, like a manifestation determination or a transportation ESY question, random things like that. But the SOPs, serve to, provide the guidance about what to do if that situation does come up. Now, my business is called Project IDEA, IDEA, in homage to the federal law that guides us. But the LLC is actually called SOP Solutions, because I've just become really passionate about dry, lame documents. And the reason that I'm passionate about it is because there are so many new teachers in the field, inexperienced teachers, teachers overwhelmed, teachers not getting enough support. And standard operating procedures are like one little tiny way that we can ensure that our kids are getting the same, or working towards the same experience, no matter the school that they're in or the provider that they have. Because if all of the teachers are working through a specific process, then we've normed on that process, and we are, we have a better shot at getting the same outcome, in this school and in this school, because we have a document that we can guide through around. And this can be, something really sort of black and white, like the writing of certain PWN template or certain PWNs. Or it can be, like looking at eligibility. That's a huge one. If I am sort of step by step walking through eligibility, it's pushing me to think about, all of the areas that, we should be delving into. It's pushing my thinking through process, and that can really result in different outcomes for kids, and for better or worse. That's just kind of the way it is, right? If I'm a kid in a school with very young teachers, and we know what those schools are like, and we know that those are highly impacted by poverty, very low SES, right? So that kid that has a first year special education teacher, and they're looking at him for identification of a disability, that teacher needs something to sort of ground in, to ensure that if that kid was, at this school, they would be found eligible for autism spectrum disorder, or in that school for autism spectrum disorder. We don't want to have a situation where this school would call it something else because they didn't take the same process, or they didn't go through the same steps to sort of figure things out. And so that's my spiel on standard operating procedures. We have a free one on our website regarding IEEs, which is a really juicy one. And we offer services to customize IEPs for districts. But this is my plug for SOPs. I love SOPs, and I believe that they are a very powerful tool in the current reality that we live in special education.